Oh, thank you.
Yeah, give me one.
Natalie, where's your red?
Wear red too.
There's something here.
Do we have a motion to adjourn closed session?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Open session is now reconvened at 7:27 p.m. and we will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. But first, let's have Dullahan Elementary School 4th grade student Juan Loza, who took second place in the elementary spelling bee. By the way, please lead us in the pledge.
Good evening. Please stand for the flag salute. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you. Now we'll have a mix of our 4th and 5th grade students sing the Dynamite 7 Habits song. While they come in, we also want to thank Dullahan teachers, Mr. David Emmerich and Mrs. Davlin Gervin, and Mrs. Deb McKenzie, and also Principal Mr. Daniel Husbands, Assistant Principal Ms. Ortega, for being here tonight with our parents, family, friends, and everyone who's here tonight to support our students.
One. Be proactive, get things done. I am in charge of me, it's fun. That's what you get with habit one. Yeah, let's have it two. Because we know there's more to do. We have the end in mind, it's true. We must begin before we're through. Yeah, let's have it three. Put everything first, that is the key. Spend your time with this, it's free. It's a better way to be. Yeah. We throw our hands up in the air sometimes for the seven habits. We're working every day to change our lives for the seven habits. We're gonna rock this town. We're Dullahan, that's right. We're gonna learn these things because we're dynamite. We know Rialto rocks with habits in our sight. We're gonna learn these things so we can take flight. Let's have it four. To think and win is not a chore. That doesn't mean we're keeping score. That's just a goal that we were for. Yeah, let's have it five. We understand each other's lives. We listen hard, we don't cry. Then our relationships can thrive. Yeah.
Go ahead, you're doing good.
Flicks, 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 flicks. Yeah. We throw our hands up in the air sometimes for the seven habits. We're working every day to change our lives for the seven habits. We're gonna rock this town. We're Dullahan, that's right. We're gonna learn these things because we're dynamite. We know Rialto rocks with habits in our sight. We're gonna learn these things so we can take flight. Balance your best, 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 best. The 7 habit is express, 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 express. Sharpen the saw, do not get stressed, stress, stress, stress. This gives us time to reinvest, best, best, best. Yeah, yeah. We throw our hands up in the air sometimes for the seven habits. We're working every day to change our lives for the seven habits. We're gonna rock this town. We're Dullahan, that's right. We're gonna learn these things because we're dynamite. We know Rialto rocks with habits in our sight. We're gonna learn these things so we can take flight. Yeah!
Great job, youngins. One more round of applause for Dullahan Elementary School. Thank you, Mr. Husbands, and all wonderful staff at Dullahan, and especially the students. That was awesome. Do we have a report out of closed session?
We do. We have 3 items. Item number 1, the Board of Education accepted the administrative appointment of Christopher Jackson as high school assistant principal, Eisenhower High School. The roll call vote was as follows. It was unanimous. Second item, the Board of Education accepted the request for a leave of absence for classified employee number 1489135, January 12, 2016 through May 26, 2016. The roll call vote was unanimous. And finally, the Board of Education accepted the administrative appointment of Shelley Gates as Program Specialist, Special Education. The roll call vote was unanimous. And that concludes the reports. But before I turn the mic over, President Montes, I would like to take a minute that in light of some of the events that have taken place over the past week or so, I want all of our community, our staff, our students to be reassured that, as you know, the tragedy that occurred last week has caused much concern in social and electronic media. And although our schools and support sites remain safe, as a superintendent of schools, it is my position that the district be transparent with the information that is allowed to be shared with you, for you are valued stakeholders. However, it is incumbent upon us as a district to carefully scrutinize and screen the information that comes into our central office before we respond to it prematurely. The district does not want to contribute or increase any social anxiety within our communities as a result of repeating unsubstantiated claims. Upon learning of the shooting last week, schools were placed on high alert, and in collaboration with local law enforcement officials, additional security personnel and police officers were deployed to the schools located in or near San Bernardino. Once the district learned that the deceased shooter was assigned by the San Bernardino County Health Department to inspect many of our district schools, we began cooperating with the FBI and local law enforcement officials. Please understand that the district is not authorized to make specific statements during any federal probe. However, both local and federal authorities have assured me personally that our schools remain safe after this random act of terror. This morning, as have other schools in neighboring districts in recent days, Carter High School received a bomb threat. The school was placed on lockdown and law enforcement officials were notified. The Rialto Police Department responded swiftly, evacuated students, and inspected the school, finding no evidence of a bomb at the site. And I do understand that there are many parents who might be upset that the school did not communicate with the families in a timely fashion. But again, keep in mind that With today's abilities for students to communicate, many parents were at the school before we were done conducting the evacuation and securing clearance from the Rialto Police Department. And I am in no position to cut corners in order to communicate with parents and compromise the ability of law enforcement to conduct its job while on our sites. I want to reassure the parents that I prioritize the safety of our students and our staff and would prefer that parents are inconvenienced rather than sacrificing the safety of those on our sites. Please know that through all these news coverage, false alarms, and unsubstantiated chatter on social media, our focus will continue to be to provide a safe and secure educational environment for our students and our staff members, and we do appreciate your support during these uneasy times. I have also asked Interim Chief Deanda from the Rialto Police Department to please update us on any pertinent information that he believes can be shared with the public. Chief.
Good evening.
Good evening.
School Board, appreciate the opportunity to come out and speak in front. I believe that everybody is well aware of what happened 7 days ago, and obviously it affects us either directly or indirectly. But I do want to assure you and let you know that we are following up on every bit of information that we receive through all of the municipal resources, the county resources, state resources, and the federal government resources. Yes, there is a lot more to investigate in reference to what happened last week, but we have to keep in mind that we live in a free society, and we need to continue to live our lives the way we've been given the opportunity of this great country and the great state of California. So don't let any act of terrorism prevent you from enjoying your life and pursuing all of your life's missions. We are well aware that Rialto has been all over the news because of some of the social media stuff, some of the live media stuff that's been put out by our local print and live media, let alone national media. It is an attention grabber. We're all aware that, I don't like to mention his name or give him any credit, but like Dr. Avila stated in his opening statement, this subject was a health food inspector, not only for all of the schools, but for all the bars, for all the restaurants, for all any other eating establishments, and he was pretty well known. Obviously, when this incident happened, your local police department, we regionalized our SWAT team 3 years ago, and our SWAT teams involve the Colton Police Department, the Rialto Police Department, the Fontana Police Department. We regionalized our helicopter program, and we regionalized our narcotics division, and we also regionalized other positions, like it's called at the local level, we have 5 officers within our department, 5 officers within the Colton Police Department, the Fontana Police Department, and they're called task force officers, and they're assigned to the Joint Terrorism Task Force, and it's an intelligence-based task force. Obviously, I can't go into a lot of details, but they're all highly trained. Your SWAT team is one of the best teams. Who here saw the news coverage and noticed that it was the Inland Valley SWAT team and Rialto Police all over the Bearcats? Everybody see that? We were directly involved in the securing of that vehicle after the 2 subjects responsible for the atrocity that took place last week. We were responsible for clearing that vehicle of all of the pipe bombs that were found inside. That's known. That's information that I could provide. Obviously, we have to keep the families in our thoughts and our prayers. Not only the families, but the victims and all of the other members and our community. Now, you know and I know that one of our most important and precious commodities is our children, okay? And we're aware of that. What you probably don't know is that I have one of the best working relationships with the school district. We just got through training for this type of situation in our active shooter back in September, where we utilized all of the personnel that would be in the school, you know, and under the situation that we had an active shooter on campus. Not necessarily about terrorism, but that one person that may show up at a school and get through the security measures that are in place and raise some havoc. We train on that. If you guys, it was very chaotic what happened last Wednesday, but did you notice how San Bernardino Police Department, the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, and all the mutual aid departments around responded to that, it was like textbook. And yes, it was chaotic, but your police officers, your ambulance drivers, your communications dispatchers, along with the fire department and all the other resources, we don't get the opportunity to say, we're not going in. Let somebody else handle that. No, we don't have a choice. We go in. Why? Because it is our job to go in to protect and to save lives. Unfortunately, we lost 14 people as a result of that. And the people responsible will be held accountable. And it is now, in fact, it was announced, I believe, 2 days ago, this is now a federal investigation that is being run by the FBI, okay? And we work well with the FBI, okay? Today we had the big scare at Carter High School. And that whole thing started with the sensationalism of a print media organization, which will remain nameless, where they quoted a source that Carter High School was a target, and the individual responsible for doing the inspection that one day apparently had photographs on his phone. Did anybody here in the community hear that from the FBI, the police department? Did anybody hear that? No. Where did you hear it from? The print news media, the news media, the national news media. My phone started ringing this morning at 4:30 a.m. on the East Coast national news outlets, wanting to ask me about the threats at Carter High School. So what does that do? Obviously, when this incident happened, I was in direct contact with several members of the school district, Dr. Avila. Dr. Avila and I believe the communications director left some type of festival at the Women's Club and immediately put the school on high alert. 10 minutes after that, I was in contact, making sure that we took all precautionary measures with extra patrols, made sure all our school resource officers, all of my officers were physically around every single school, okay, because we didn't know if there was going to be a secondary response to this whole thing. So we are on top of it. Now, unless you hear the Federal Bureau of Investigation or your local municipalities announce to you that the Carter High School or any other school in the school district is a soft target or a hard target, you're going to hear from me. Okay, you're going to hear from the FBI and all the other federal resources. You're going to hear from all the intelligence community. Well, this morning, as soon as I started getting the phone calls at 4:30, at 7 a.m. I was at work, and I immediately called upon my 5 joint task force officers that are assigned to the joint terrorism. I was on the phone with the San Bernardino Police Department. I was on the phone with San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, intel units. I was on the phone with the LA FBI office. I was on the phone with the Riverside FBI office. I was on the phone with Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department intel unit, LAPD intel unit. And each and every one responded back that there was no credible threat, and they were not aware of any photographs of Carter High School. So what does that lead me to believe? That obviously someone in the news media who quoted a reliable source that there was a credible threat. And when I had the discussion with this individual, he told me the threat was based on some information that was received from Washington, D.C. Now, is the information coming out of Washington, D.C. as accurate as information coming from next door in San Bernardino? No, it's not. Obviously, we're going to continue to work with the school district. I think we should do more of the active shooter training. I think we need more tabletop exercises, and we're going to start doing that, not only for the school district, but for our own citizens, along with the city government and some of the other major areas where a lot of people tend to frequent. But trust me, if there is ever a target out there, you will be the first to know, whether it's going to be in the media, me giving the information, or whether it'll be some of the other resources. So the threats that came in were not credible. And yes, from my understanding, I don't know if you know this, but every information that I received on Thursday afternoon and Friday morning, your Rialto police detectives were out there contacting everything that came in and following up on it. And within 2 hours, the FBI was following up on it, and obviously they made their way to Carter High School. Now, this photograph that was alleged in the print media stated that there was several photographs, and there was a photograph. Well, that photograph may exist and it has not been confirmed, but from the information I received today from all of these federal resources and local resources, that it was a photograph of the cafeteria of the food that was being displayed. Now, was that photograph used by the county phone, or was that picture utilized by the cell phones that were recovered at the scene after the incident? More than likely, we believe it came from the county phone, and that was probably within the jurisdiction of his job duties on that. There was some information that I can't comment on reference some of the questioning that he may have made reference to. Obviously, that is obviously a part of the investigation, but I'll tell you what, let common sense dictate on the information that is perceived out there. It's only been 7 days into the investigation. There is a lot of work that needs to be done to hold all those responsible accountable. And you're going to see certain things come out. But also, remember, there's two sides to every story. And in my experience, now I've been a cop, in December 18th, it'll be 32 years. And out of my 32 years in working with the federal government, you are not going to see them come out on national TV and talk about evidence that's related to the shooting. I mean, does anyone disagree with that? Or, you know, a lot of you know how the media works and knows about how some of these things occur. And there's nothing to be afraid of. Trust me, you will be the first to know if there's a threat. Today, what happened at Carter High School? Well, I was talking to Dr. Avila and a lot of his staff from all the different schools in our jurisdiction. We were handling a bomb threat that came into Carter High School, which caused a lot of panic in the community and with the parents. What it turned out to be was a student playing a practical joke or a hoax on another student, and the student immediately went and did the right thing, notified the teacher that was on scene. The teacher did the right thing, notified the school district, and what happened? Your school district immediately put the school on lockdown, followed all the protocols, notified the police department, and once we arrived on scene and were able to determine that it was a hoax, we still took it a step further and did a physical search of the interior and the exterior for any other suspicious packages. And yes, it worked out. And yes, I had to get on in front of TV because there were several news media outlets that wanted to report the sensationalism of the whole thing. And lo and behold, it turned out to be a prank. Now, obviously, if it's something more serious than that, then we're going to step up and do what we have to do. Is there any questions I can answer or clarify anything for you guys?
Thank you very much, Chief. I think you answered everybody's questions already, and we really appreciate you taking the time to be here with us and give some explanation to our community and to our school district.
And I do appreciate the support that everybody has given. I know that you know that 3 or 4 victims, I know for a fact 3 of the victims were from Rialto, and we're also parishioners of St. Catherine's Church, along with Sunrise Church. So please keep them in your thoughts and prayers. And let's not forget what happened last week. And I know that it's very, very scary. I happened to be at the Victoria Gardens Mall Thursday night and was receiving intelligence from a person that I've known for years at a sports memorabilia place. And the information he gave me, the next day, FBI was there and my detectives. So we are following up on anything. And if you have anything that's credible, do not hesitate to contact us. Okay, and then we're going to be providing, I think we provided the website for public to see in regards to what to do in the event there is an active shooter in a building or in the public. So thank you, and God bless.
Thank you, Chief.
Next, we'll go on to the first order of business, which is the adoption of tonight's agenda. I do want to just make one minor change to tonight's agenda. It's just a typo, really. I didn't notice it the other night, but I noticed it today. Just on page reference K 6.1 for resolution number 15-16-30, item K, reference K 6.2, there's a typo. Somebody wants to change my name to Edgar G, and my name is not Edgar G. So if we could just make that correction, and strike the G from my name. I am not a G. Just Edgar Montes. So we will make that correction, and if there's anything else, could I get a motion to adopt tonight's agenda with that correction?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next order of business is the reorganization of the Board of Education. And before we proceed, I just would like to mention that I did pull up the board bylaws for the annual organization meeting. And since this was my first year being board president, I wanted to make sure I got all of the policies and bylaws in order and make sure that we do this process in a legal and legit matter. So according to the board bylaws, 9100, in regards to the annual organization meeting, any board member can make a nomination for any of the offices, does not require a second. So with that said, I would like to nominate Nancy O'Kelly for board president. Do you accept?
I guess.
Right. Do we have any other nominations for board president? Alrighty. Hearing none, can I get a motion to accept Mrs. Nancy O'Kelly to be elected board president of the Board of Education?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Montes, and thank you, board.
Thank you.
Are we supposed to move?
Yes, so it's effective now.
Nice job, Edgar.
Okay, you got these. Okay. Well, good evening.
Good evening.
And this is exciting. But we are not done yet. At this point, do I have a nomination for vice president of the board?
I would like to nominate Miss Dina Walker.
And I would like to second that.
Are there any other nominations?
I paid them.
So then I'll first it.
And I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Election of the clerk, for the clerk of the Board of Education. Oh, wait a minute, we have to move again. Thank you.
Good.
Oh, man.
Good man, Joe.
Well, it's okay.
This slip was up here, I don't know. Okay, now for, do I have a nomination for clerk of the Board of Education?
I'd like to nominate Joe Martinez.
Are there any other nominations? Then all in favor?
No, I'd like to first the motion to accept Mr. Martinez as board clerk. So I made it first. We need to make a second.
Second?
No, I thought he made the
I
first.
made the
You made the
motion.
nomination.
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay. So Ms. Walker seconded it.
So we're good.
So now we take the vote.
Take the vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay.
Now, are you going to make me move too, or would you just like to take the tag?
The tag is fine. sir.
Okay. All right, good.
I like my seat, run my student board.
There we go. There we go.
Okay, election of the voting representative to the county committee.
I'd like to nominate Mr. Ayala.
Mr. Ayala, do you accept?
Well, I'd like to use some humor here, but I won't. I'll accept. I'd be proud to accept.
Okay, all in favor?
I'd like to make the motion.
Make the
To
motion.
accept Mr. Ayala as county representative.
I will second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. And then we have the election of the alternate voting representative to the county committee. I'd like to nominate Edgar Montes.
I'd like to take a break. With all due respect, I'd love to be alternate, but I mean,
It means you'll probably never have to do anything.
I'll accept.
Okay. So I move to.
Second.
Okay. And all in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Well, this is the board setup for the next year, and we're all happy to be here and happy to be serving you. Okay. Next, we move on to presentations, and we're going to start with the DSAC Middle School reports. I'll turn it over to our student board member, Natalie.
Good evening, everyone. So speaking first is Noelle Marin from J. Hugh Middle School.
Good evening, honorable board members and viewing audience. My name is Noel Marin. I'm from J. Hugh Middle School, ASB. 'Twas the days before vacation when all through the district everyone was gearing up for a 3-week vacation. All through the schools, good behavior was gone. They were acting all like goons. They were screaming and yelling, clowning and frowning. And that was just the teachers. They were crazy as loons. I feel you, Ms. Dean. The kids were so anxious for school to be done, turned their backs to the classroom, dropped pencils and run. They're tired of learning, their heads full of fog, and feeding their homework to their proverbial dog. Man, I've heard that so many times. Championships have been played. Parents joining us for lunch has occurred. They even brought us some really good food we preferred. Staff versus student football game on Friday we watched, and this year the teachers were once again giving a winning cheer. Now Frisbee, now Casera, now Rialto Middle School, and Kolb. It's time to go. The school day is old. From our school to yours, we wish you the best. Now off we all go. We all need the rest. The children were scrambling to bring up those grades. Teachers were praying, let me finish inputting these grades. And J. Hughes ASB was putting some ideas to bed. Time to close out the semester. No more ideas springing from our heads. With dances to plan and pep rallies too, there was still a lot of work we had to do. Oh my gosh, man, how many more? Can drives and crazy hair days will close out our year. We will not shed a tear when the days pass and disappear. Happy holidays, everyone, and have a safe new year.
Next is Destiny Lopez from Rialto Middle School.
Good evening, Honorable Board of Education, Superintendent Dr. Avila, and our viewing audience. My name is Destiny Lopez, and I'm a proud ASB 7th grade Vice President at Rialto Middle. We have had a very productive and busy year so far. August, our school was the host site for Rialto Relay for Life. The Builders Club assisted in breakfast both with the Lions Club, East Rialto Kiwanis Club. We also had a booth where we provided games for the younger members of participating families. In addition, we rose over $300 for the cure for cancer. 2 of our teachers hosted a STEM Saturday where students and parents built a Pinewood Derby car, races were held, prizes were given, and everyone had a great time. Back to school night, we had Firehouse Tacos and a fantastic turnout to meet and greet the staff. Our ASB, along with 4 middle schools, attended a great day at Rialto High School, where our young minds were mentored by the older, wiser high school ASB. In November, we held our fall carnival with inflatables, games, and food. It was well attended by schools, by students, parents, and siblings. November 14th, our robotics club, with the help of National Junior Honor Society, Builders Club, and ASB, hosted a regional qualifier for the first Lego League Robotics. With volunteers from East Rialto Kiwanis Lions, our own district administrators, student board members, community leaders, we were able to host 14 teams, 140 students, and their families on their quest to a spot at Legoland this Saturday. Because of high scores, we were able to advance 6 teams from the Inland Empire. Our own Casera Coyotes got first place in missions, the Tigers got second place in projects, and a special shout out to our sponsors, Edco, Horace Mann, Jersey Mike's, Auto Graphics, and Coffee Nuts. The Tiger Builders Club, with the help of 6th graders, collected over 800 cans of dry goods, assisting in the East Rialto Kiwanis and Rialto Child Assistance in their holiday meals. In addition, Builders Club helped during the break to package the dinners. December brings our 4th and largest dance of 2015. We will crown our winter king and queen with instant voting at the dance. With a little technology goes a long way. Last Saturday, our Builders Club marched in the Rialto Holiday Parade. Books to children. In the Rialto Holiday Parade, handing out over 300 books to children along the way. Our cheer squad kept the energy level high, and I was lucky enough to ride with the big guy this year. No, not Santa, the other big guy, Dr. Avila. I practiced my princess wave, and we reached the end of the parade. Dr. Avila drove me back to the beginning, and I joined my cheer squad and did the parade again. Well, that's some of the highlights of 2015. The next time I see you, it'll be 2016. Have a safe and family-filled holiday break, and I will see you in January with more.
Thank you. Next is Valerie Fregoso.
Good evening, Superintendent Avila, board members, and viewing audience. My name is Valerie Fregoso, here to represent Frisbee Middle School tonight. This first semester has gone fast, and we're happy to say that Frisbee is closing out the first semester on a successful note. Our school-wide clubs have been busy this first semester, fundraising, field trips, running, and productions, to name a few that have kept us busy. The FMS Drama Troupe wrapped up their first production of Scrooge Inc., and from what we hear, it's the best by far. We're excited to see what the spring production will be. Our SLA team will be running their first half marathon this Sunday at the Fairplex in Pomona. That's 13.1 miles as they continue to train and tackle their goal of completing the LA Marathon this spring. 13.1 miles, I'm exhausted just thinking about it. We hope they have a successful run. Our leadership students were working in conjunction with a non-profit organization, Blankets for the Homeless, and we were able to collect over 60 blankets that were donated down on Skid Row on Thanksgiving morning. It was good. It was a great feeling giving those people in need something. Lastly, we are currently in the works of hosting our 4th annual career and college fair when we return from Christmas break. We have a ton of ideas and professionals already scheduled to attend, and hope this will boost up the school morale and spirit and the idea of going to college. That's all for tonight. Thank you for your time, and have a great break.
So I don't think I mentioned what school Valerie goes to, but she goes to Frisbee Middle School. And thank you for your speech, Valerie. So next is Jillian Mobley.
Good evening, board members of the District of Rialto. I'm Jillian Mobley, ASB Vice President at Kolb Middle School. We students at Kolb have planned a lot of events in this 1 month, but we will only share a few. So far, we have participated in the Rialto Parade. Our Builders Club, band, and JRTC represented us. Then our VAPA, Visual and Performing Arts Night, is tomorrow, along with our parent workshops. Our art students will have their work displayed, the band will be playing, and teachers will be singing Christmas carols. Then we will be having a Pajama Pants Day on Friday the 11th. Our students will be wearing their favorite pajama bottoms. Then coming up on Tuesday the 15th, we will be having our very own Kolb's Got Talent show. Our students will be showing off their amazing talents and wowing the school. The following day will be our very special Winter Wonderland semi-formal dance. This is one of our favorite dances. We will have exciting music and tasty food featuring our not-so-hot chocolate so our kids don't burn their tongues. That wraps it up for today. Thank you for your time and have a nice evening.
So I keep forgetting to mention the schools they go to, but you heard, she said she's from Kolb Middle School. So I won't forget this time. Next, or lastly, is Caitlin Brown from Kucera Middle School.
Good evening, viewers, board members, and the superintendent, Dr. Avila. My name is Caitlin Brown, and I am the ASB president of Kucera Middle School. Many fun things have been happening at our school. In November, we had a canned food drive. We had students bring 4 cans of food to school, and they were collected during their PE period. If they brought cans, they would not have to run a mile. We donated all of the cans we collected to Rialto Child Assistance. Our annual school trip to Disneyland was just on December 5th. The cost went towards the price of tickets and the cost for transportation. We managed to sell enough tickets to fill 5 buses and part of a 6th one. Our school's basketball tryouts are currently going on. Tryouts have been going on for about 2 weeks now. The girls and boys teams have been practicing for several days to prepare. Soon we will be having our monthly Breakfast of Champions. The Breakfast of Champions is a breakfast where we reward students for showing the character trait of the month. Since the last week of November and the last 2 weeks of December we are not in school, we decided to combine the 2 months together. November's character trait was cooperation, and this month's is gratitude. Thank you everyone for your time. I hope you have a happy holiday.
Thank you, Natalie, and thank you to all the DSAC representatives. The next, we have a presentation to Rialto High School as the Mathematics, Engineering, Science Achievement, otherwise known as MESA School of the Year, by Carlos Gonzalez, Director of Mesa Schools, University of California, Riverside. Is Mr. Gonzalez here?
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody, board members, Dr. Avila, and our other district associate superintendents, our families, and our students. I feel that it is a great pleasure to be here tonight on behalf of our director, Carlos Gonzalez. My name is Stephanie Servin, and I am the program coordinator for the Mathematics, Engineering, Science Achievement MESA program at the University of California, Riverside. Our program is an enrichment program for our students and surrounding school districts. We provide hands-on activities, enrichment activities, professional development, and workshops to our community our students, and our teachers. And it's with great pleasure that tonight I get to award a School of the Year plaque to Rialto High School, our 2 teachers there. Michael Thompson and Julian Anserment. They have been with the MESA program for several years, and their roles with MESA at Rialto High School are very pivotal. Michael has been with us for several years, and under his tutelage, the program has grown significantly, starting out with 1 section, which is equivalent to a cohort of a class of students, and expanding from 3 last year to 5 this year. So they have increased their participation. Their kids are wonderful. They're always exceeding their MESA benchmarks. They're going above and beyond what we expect of them in the program. We do have a team here that was a national competition winners last year. The competition that they were part of, the prosthetic arm, they were building a model of a prosthetic limb that had to perform so many tasks. They went to a state level and a national level. So this is what our teachers are inspiring in these students, and it's really a great achievement and a great honor to not only award this to them tonight, but this is Rialto High School's 2nd consecutive year of receiving High School of the Year, and this is their 3rd time overall with their many years of service to MESA. So thank you guys for allowing me to be here and partake in this, and thank you for all that you do for Mesa. Thank you. I do believe that Michael Thompson has a brief presentation that he'd like to share with you. And I also did want to thank the board and the district directly, specifically Dr. D'Souza, who has had a long-lasting relationship with Mesa since its inception in '99, and with securing Rialto's, we have an elective course that has been approved. He worked closely with one of our teachers in 2000 and got that course approved, and is now a UC A through G approved course elective, and it's one of our only districts that has it in place. So again, thank you all for your continued support, and thank you, Ed, for all your hard work that you've always given in your support to the program. I appreciate it.
Good evening. My name is Michael Thompson. As she mentioned, I'm a teacher at Rialto High School doing the Mesa program. Joined here by my fellow teacher, Julian Ansermet. So my presentation is just to give you, again, another brief overview of what the Mesa program is, and show you some pictures of the different projects that we've done, and to also introduce some of the students that we have here that participate in the program. And let's see if I can figure out what this one is. All right, there we go. So Mesa, Math, Engineering, Science Achievement. It's been around since the 1970s. It's a national program. There's about 14 states that participate in it, and it's geared towards low socioeconomic districts to try and encourage more students to pursue math, science, and engineering in college and in careers. So that's our goal, is to get more kids into college pursuing these particular degrees. The program, High School of the Year, she mentioned that. The picture is a recent robotics competition that we had attended at UCR just in November. We took 4 teams there. Group of students here took first place. There was another group that took second place. And we also got the Good Sportsmanship Award as well from another team. So we did quite well at that competition. I'm proud of our students there representing them. From Carlos Gonzalez, the High School of the Year is based on enrollment numbers, participation, performance at competitions, and UCR represents about 11 high schools around this area. The area ranges from Ontario out to Temecula, out to Victorville and Palm Springs. So UCR covers a very large area that they service. And we have been part of the Mesa program for quite some time now. So it is a great honor for us to receive this for a 3rd year. Some of the competitions that we participate in and the events that we do throughout the year, the first one that we had this year was a marble roller coaster. So the students had to design a roller coaster out of whatever materials that they wanted, where a marble could travel as quickly as possible with as many tricks as possible. The team that's on the top right is the team that actually took first place, and as a reward for that experience, they got to take a trip to Knott's Berry Farm provided by UCR. So that was a lot of fun. Robotics is also one that we've participated in for the last several years. There's 2 that we participate in. VEX is a land-based robotics competition. That's the one that we just had at UCR in November. The students have to build a robot of their own design using the VEX robotics kits. They have to learn the programming language so that they can program the robot to carry out a course autonomously. So they just have to hit a start button. The robot has to do everything else. In this case, this year's challenge was they had to seek out balloons that were around the course and try to pop them. It was quite a challenging course, and I think at most maybe 1 balloon was popped by the robots. The second task they had to do was a controlled version where there were 3 robots on the course, all with balloons on them, and they had to chase the other robots and trying to pop them while protecting their own balloons. They also had to give a presentation, a professional presentation, and again, this is where I had a team earn first place and second place and the Good Sportsmanship Award. The other competition is our Sea Perch competition. It's an underwater robotics competition that's sponsored by the Navy. And for this one, the students had to design a PVC robot that would perform different tasks underwater as well. They also had to give a professional presentation for this. The local competition was held at Crafton Hills College And my team last year earned first place for that, and they were able to take a trip to Massachusetts to participate in the national competition. So that was a great opportunity for them and a great experience. And they are excited to participate in that again this year and are looking forward to trying to get to nationals, which is being held in Louisiana. So we're looking forward to that as well. Mesa Day, this is the main Mesa competition that is sponsored by UCR. The curriculum that we have for the Mesa program is geared towards these smaller projects: mousetrap cars, prosthetic arms, egg drop packages, balsa wood bridges, and there's also speech competitions and math competitions as well. We have a very well-developed curriculum that centers around these projects and gives these kids direct hands-on STEM experience, practical application of math and science, and useful experience just building things. Most of our kids don't have experience building things, so it's a good practice for them. Another competition that we participate in at Rialto High School is our Inland Solar Challenge. It's not directly sponsored by Mesa. Instead, it's put on by the local water municipalities. West Valley Water District is our direct sponsor. They provide funding for us to build a 15-foot canoe. The students have a workshop. The picture that's on the bottom left is where students actually have to go on a Saturday to build the whole of the boat. They're given the wood, they have to shape it, bend it, and make a complete hull. They bring it back to school. They have to design the mechanical system, the motor propellers, the steering, and they have to design and install all the electrical, the solar panels, all the wiring to make it go. We compete in April or May at Yucaipa Regional Park. It's a 3-day camping trip. The kids look forward to this trip all year long. They want to sign up for it because it's a great experience for them. They get to go camping for school, and they get to race a boat out on the lake against other teams. This is the one event for the year that we have not been able to win, and I'm hoping this year will be the year. But they have 3 different events. They have an endurance race, so they have to race for 90 minutes around the lake. They have a sprint and a slalom race. They have 3 15-page technical papers that they actually have to write as well, and a conservation presentation. So it's a very involved event. It takes us all year long. This past weekend, they just built our boat for this year. So they're excited to get going and building this new boat. But we participate in a lot, and those are the main competitions and events that we participate in at Rialto High School. So thank you for your time.
Madam President?
I know, I'm trying to get my chair back.
Could we have the students stand up real quick, if they're here?
Well, I have some certificates.
Perfect. Well done.
I think it was a year ago I visited the Mesa class at Rialto High and was so impressed with all of the things going on in there. And I have to say the atmosphere in that classroom was charged with energy and excitement, and you guys are doing so much fun stuff. And so I have some certificates here from the district for excellence in the Mesa Perch competition. So when I call your name, please come up. Victor Manzanero. Ernesto Rojas. David Samadsid. Terry Clay. Julian Ansermat. And Michael Thompson.
before I go, I also want to recognize my principal, Arnie Ayala. He's been a great supporter of our program. He's been done a lot of wonderful things for our program and helped support us immensely. And also our superintendent. Oh, gotcha.
Thank you so much, and congratulations to each of you. We also know that in order to have successful programs, we must have the support and leadership of successful leaders. So this certificate is for Mr. Arnie Ayala, principal of Rialto High School.
Mr. Ayala can get with your winners here.
Edgar.
Inquire. We get our Board of
I read this
Education.
whole thing.
Board, would you like to come into the picture? Thank you. This gentleman. There you go. Like that. Perfect. Sideways, sideways. Sideways.
Yeah. We'll do right here first. Okay. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you. I feel like we should
Thank you, Mr. Ayala.
Hey, Arnie, how are you doing? Oh. Okay, our next presentation is by Board Member Dina Walker, who is presenting the key to the district to our very own Angela Brantley.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
It is my pleasure to be able to award this key to, from the district. December is a historical month for me because this month as an elected official, I finished my first year on the board. So this month, I also have the pleasure to bestow my first key ever from the district to a woman who is deserving of this honor.
Mm-hmm.
Can I please have Angela Brantley, the Senior Director of Student Services, come up? Angela Brantley was born in Dayton, Ohio in 1971 to teenage parents Veronica Davis and James Madison. She was raised by her paternal grandmother, Rilla Madison. Did I say that right? Okay. After graduating from George Washington High School in Denver, Colorado, Ms. Brantley earned her bachelor's degree from the University of Southern California in 1993, and then she earned her MBS Applied Mathematics degree, didn't know that, from the University of Colorado in 1997, and her master's degree in Educational Administration from Cal State San Bernardino. Ms. Brantley began teaching mathematics in Rialto Unified School District in 1997 at Eisenhower High School. As the math chair, she also was instrumental in assisting at-risk students and took the helm as an advisor for the Black Student Union. In 2004, she was promoted to the district as a district math coach, and 1 year later, she became the elementary administrator at Casey and Eubanks Elementary Schools. From 2007 to 2009, she was a principal at Myers Elementary School, and in 2010, she was promoted to the district office as the Director of Child Welfare and Attendance. Just this year, Ms. Brantley was promoted as the Senior Director of Student Services. We've got a superstar here. Some of her responsibilities in this department include being the district facilitator for the expulsion process, mediator for student suspension interventions, the 504 coordinator, positive behavioral intervention and support implementation coordinator, the foster youth program and chairperson for the district's state recognized Model School Attendance Review Board, our SAR board. And although time management and responsibilities are many, Mrs. Brantley says her focus remains the students. She says that she is most proud of the quality relationships that she's built with the families and the students and her colleagues throughout the district over the last 17 years. She stated that, "I believe that together we have made a positive impact in the lives of students of Rialto." And I believe that as well. Angela has been married since 1999 to her soulmate, Edward Brantley, who works with youth as a career specialist for the Provisional Learning Center, the PAL Center. You can stand up, Mr. Brantley, and come stand with her if you like, sir. The couple are raising two teenagers, Kaylin Brantley, 16, yes ma'am, you may come as well, who is on the principal's honor roll at Carter High School, and Cameron Brantley, 13, who is also on the principal's honor roll at Kolb Middle School. Come on, sir. When Miss Brantley is away from work, she loves to roller skate, and she's old school, Midwest, huh?
Yeah,
and spends time helping her children with extracurricular school activities. She says, "I feel so blessed to receive such a distinguished honor," concluded Ms. Brantley. "I know that it's all about the work that so many of us do to support all students, but especially those who may need additional support due to their life circumstances. To me, this award represents all the collaborative efforts of school site staff, district level staff, and our community partners in working to meet the needs of our students." Mrs. Brantley, "When I first entered the district, I felt an enormous sense of responsibility, which I still do, to our students, our parents, and the educational community. I asked a lot of questions, and oftentimes staff members thought I may have been a bit harsh, but we're here for the goal to ensure that our students have a fighting chance to succeed. I was so impressed that since you have taken over the helm of student services, expulsion and suspension rates have drastically and dramatically decreased. You're an asset to our department and to this district, Ms. Brantley, and that is one of the reasons why I chose you. I just thought about the direction of our district and how we have to make institution and systematic changes for all of our students, and she has been a consummate person to look at those things, address the issues that I have, and do what's in the best interest of students, and work for new solutions to work for the students and their families as a whole. And so when I was asked to do that, you were the first person that came to mind, and probably because I have been a little harsh on you as well, to make sure that we do have great outcomes for all of our students, regardless of what their grade point averages are or where they are in school. So, Ms. Brantley, again, I thank you for being a part of our district and the new vision for us as well. Congratulations. This is your official big key.
Wow, that's nice.
Right, right. So we're going to stand over.
Yeah, perfect.
One right over here. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
And if you can take this time to say a few words, we'd love that. Oh, she's got a whole portfolio.
No, it's not a portfolio. But I just didn't want to forget anything, so I just wanted to make sure that I had that information.
I want to just say this too. One of the things that you can stand back up there. One of the things that even this year that I've gone throughout the district, not even bringing your name up, but while we're just going through the district on daily business, everybody who said your name sang your praises. I wasn't asking about you, but they all sang your praises. And so that was one of the great things too about the decision to give you the key. So the morale and everything, whatever you're giving, keep doing it. Keep the sunshine.
That's right. That's right. Thank you, Ms. Walker. And thank you to our school board and our superintendent. It's really a distinguished honor to receive a school board member's first key to the district in your tenure as a board member. And I know the heart that you have for kids, and especially our marginalized kids. And you did challenge me this year. She challenged our student services department to be more reflective in the practices that we had to deal with the students who come through our department. And our whole department, we appreciate you and we appreciate your heart for kids, Ms. Walker. So I want to thank all of you who are here. I see my family and my colleagues and friends. I appreciate you being here for me this evening. And I especially have to thank my blessings, my family. So this is my husband, Edward, who is my biggest supporter and cheerleader. Thank you to my children who honestly make me proud to be your parent. Every day I'm so proud to be your mother. And my mother-in-law, Martha, who has gotten her fingerprints done, and she volunteers throughout the district whenever we ask her, including the 4 days a week at Carter High School in the study hall for the girls basketball team. And my brother, who's back here, and my sister-in-law, and my 3 nephews who inspire me to have raised 3 young men who are the most respectful, intelligent, and compassionate young men that I know, and Auntie is very proud of you all. Please know that I don't take it lightly, that the Lord has truly blessed me to work here in Rialto to serve the students and families in the community that I've come to love over the last 17 years. I know that He has a plan and a purpose for my life, and I just want to continue to do whatever He would have me do while I'm here in Rialto. And the honor tonight is not about the individual Angela Brantley, but about the collective work, and you mentioned that we all do to support our students here in Rialto, especially those students who have significant risk factors in their lives that could end up leading them to a situation where they don't graduate from high school. Okay, and I personally have such a heart for those kids, and I know that I'm not alone here in the district. There's many people that I work with who have a compassionate heart and a passion and a calling to work with that specific population of students. And this is true especially for my student services staff. So I want to take an opportunity to thank Mr. Leonard Buckner, Miss Melissa Rubio, our entire student services staff, our CWA team, our PBIS team, my amazing health services staff. I see Nurse Tammy here. Appreciate you being here tonight because you all do so much great work to support the vision that we have to support all of the youth here in Rialto. I've worked with some awesome people over the last 17 years, whether it was at Eisenhower as a math teacher or Hugh Banks and Casey and so forth. And since I've been up here for the last 5.5 years, I so appreciate the site level administrators, the principals and the APs at our schools who've worked alongside our student services department to implement interventions that support meeting the needs of our youth in an effort to keep them in school and reduce the amount of instructional time that's lost. I also want to specifically thank Dr. Ed D'Souza, who gave me an opportunity over 10 years ago when he calls himself discovering me at Eisenhower and brought me up here to be his district-wide math coach. And that was my first opportunity to make an effort to impact the lives of students outside of a single classroom. I want to thank Chief Gordon Leary and the entire safety department because our 2 departments have collaborated on many projects and a common goal to provide levels of support to some of our students who need that to be successful. I find that oftentimes those of us who have a particular passion that leads us to educate those students that we work with that need those supports we do that because we ourselves may have been one of those students, or we have people in our family or close friends who may have been one of those students. And that's true for me. Okay, as Ms. Walker stated, I was raised by my grandmother. I had teenage parents, and my grandmother had very severe back issues, and so sometimes she couldn't even get out of bed. I do not remember my parents or my grandmother going to a parent-teacher conference. I do not remember anyone sitting down doing homework with me, middle school, high school, working on any projects. What I do remember are 2 math teachers and a counselor who took me under their wing and made a difference in my life. And I know that we as, and I'm sure that there's several people out here as adults can think back to your educational career and think of those adults in your K-12 education that made that kind of impact in your life. My brother and I were kinship kids before that phrase even existed, meaning kids who were being raised by relatives, and there definitely were no supports, community supports that were set aside to help those families, and there surely weren't any mandates on school districts to try to come up with academic or social and emotional kind of support. So before those were even the case, we were in that situation, and it was adults in the school system that made a difference for me. So I continue to want to challenge the staff here in Rialto. We want to make a difference for all kids. And when we say all kids, it's including Foster, McKinney-Vento, those kids who may not make the right choices. I went to 4 elementary schools when I was young. I went to 2 high schools. And although I may have had a consistent junior high from 7th to 9th, I still have my challenges. I made the kind of choices that led to corporal punishment in school and at home. So I was in Ohio and they still paddled. And I got paddled a couple of times for doing some of the things that we're counseling kids today here in our office. So I was one of those kids, and that's where that passion comes from, to be there to support our students, our most disenfranchised students who need that extra support. And what I find here in Rialto is that we have a lot of caring adults who want to do the same thing. And so I greatly appreciate that. Ms. Walker, again, I thank you. This is huge for me, and to all my like-minded colleagues, let's keep up the fight. Those of you who know me know that I say we're superheroes, so let's put on our cape and let's save the world. That's it. Thank you.
We have actually another presentation because the love is just all for you. We'll have trustee from our San Bernardino Community College District, Joseph Williams, come and present.
I think everything has been said. You can see the passion, and the reason why I wanted to recognize Angel is because of the passion that she puts into her own kids. And you know, I take a lot of coaching from her and how I coach my kids and how to deal with teachers and just different things. And so she is a superwoman, and then you know, she's got her Superman, and so they're the model family for me that I look up to. And if you get a chance to ever just meet their kids, they really breathe life and feed positive stuff in them. And so on behalf of the San Bernardino Community College District and Area 2, which I represent, we just wanted to appreciate you and Ms. Walker for recognizing her. Thank you.
Thank you.
Joseph, let's turn around and get a picture.
Thank you.
Look, take your book. Look.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Walker, and congratulations, Ms. Brantley. Now we'd like to go to comments. At this time, any person wishing to speak on any item not on the agenda will be granted 3 minutes. Do we have any, Dr. Avila?
Yes, we do. First here we have Mr. Russell Silva.
Good evening, board members, administration, and viewing audience. My name is Russell Silva. On October 21st meeting of this year, there were some concerns brought before this board about some problems with students at Warner Elementary with harassment due to unsupervised persons or students at the rear gate of the school. They even went so far as to ask that the security guard be placed there. Now, we never had issues at this school before, only until the gate came into being. And I mentioned this back in October of 2014, that I was opposed to the board approving the gate for fear that we might have situations. Mine were more geared toward criminal activity, but yet harassment could be turned into something that could be escalated itself, because it would not only endanger the students, these are the students that we have to protect. On one of my days off, I went by the school to see, and I noticed there was a security car parked in the parking lot, and there was someone posted there. But I've also noticed that on the agendas, they would announce if they hired someone, and I didn't notice they hired a new security officer. So that meant that this officer was brought from another location to operate the gate at this school. So what school now is down a security officer that they used to have before? And so the board also stated when they were talking about it, that the gate was part of a cooperative agreement with the city. But I don't see where the city's cooperative portion is coming into it, because when this situation happened, did anybody contact the city and ask them to look into this? Because even the guard that we have posted there, all he can really do is tell someone to stop. He has no authority to do anything where the police department would. And I'm wondering if the police department in fact did look into the situation. And if the security guard did say something, he would only invite harassment to himself. I think that the district should temporarily close the gate until the final reviews and assessments from the Safety and Security Investigation Report from Haven Private Investigation Services can be completed, not only at that gate, but at the gate behind JQ as well. Because it's important, the two most most important things for the district is to educate our children, but also keep them safe at the same time. On a separate issue, which is a little bit more nicer, as representative for the Rialto Community Coalition, I would like to invite the board member, public, and administration to join us down at Brothers Pizza on Wednesday, December 16th from 5:30 to 7:30 in support of the Lung Force Group. This group is sponsored by the American Cancer Society, or Lung Society, and it's the first of a series of collaborative strategic plan meetings in order to discuss and debate the possibilities of developing smoke-free environments at our parks and possibly even passing ordinances. As of October of this year, there are 172 cities, Redlands, Colton, and Rancho Cucamonga included, that all have ordinances to have smoke-free parks. Corey Goldman will present a program that will provide additional foundational information with regards to the smoke-free parks that will benefit the community. And statistically, it's proven that secondhand smoke is harmful to all people who are non-smokers. Adults such as ourselves, our children and our grandchildren play, participate in sports, and just go and relax at the parks. The development and adoption of the smoke-free ordinance would help us have those parks to be more healthy for all of us. I hope to see you there. I hope to see some of the other members there to attend to support this great cause. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next we have Ms. Eva Serrato.
Good evening, board members,
Good evening.
Superintendent Dr. Avila, district administrators, and viewing audience. My name is Eva Serrato, and I'm the proud principal of Boyd Elementary School. Last week, a group of Rialto Unified staff members and parents attended the Family Leadership Institute in Clark County, Nevada.
Oh.
And we're here tonight to share a bit of our experience with you. First of all, the Institute was not what I expected. I expected to come back with a big binder of materials that I could share with parents so that they could better help their students succeed in school. Instead, I was truly inspired to become a better leader in my community, at my school site, and in my own home. And it's difficult to explain in 3 minutes, but I must tell you that every person I spoke to that attended the Leadership Institute was transformed in some way or another. We haven't stopped talking about it. We cannot wait to roll it out and in turn inspire our community members and parents at our school site. We've already started collaborating with other school sites who attended as well. And this is a small part of my Boyd family, and I think they would like to say a few words too.
Hello, I'm Carol Malone. I just want to say thank you for allowing us to go and the invitation to attend. I think the main thing I took away from it is that under one roof, it was superintendents, it was principals, it was teachers, it was parents, and we can all kind of relate in some way or another, whether it was struggling with kids and their pathways that they want to take other than what we believe in, and them going to college. Some kids aren't made to go to college, but to inspire them to follow their dreams. Another thing is that leadership is not sending your kid to school and having the teachers lead them. Leadership starts at home. And that's where it all begins, because I know that we struggle with that in my own home, is the power of the struggle with, with the kids. Sometimes it's easier to just let them do it just to get them out of our way so they don't cause any, ruckus. But leadership does start, and a role model has to start from home. So thank you.
Good evening, everybody. I want to say thank you, too, because there is a lot of information that we learn, but what I think is, if we want to change something, we have to start at home. And thank you.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. We appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you at some of the events that we host in regard to the Family Leadership Institute. Thanks.
Dr. Avila, on that subject, is there going to be some sharing with the rest of the school community of what was learned at this conference? Are we going to set up workshops or something?
So the team that represented the district will convene this Friday.
Okay.
I'm going to debrief with them and get their thoughts on whether or not we should proceed. And from what I've heard informally up to this point, everyone is gung-ho about moving forward. We do have a formal presentation to the board come January that will include the next steps for the district.
Okay. I've heard wonderful things, so it needs to be shared. Okay, do we have another speaker?
Yes, we have Ms. Rosa Fuentes.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Rosa Fuentes, and I don't know when to start. I feel happy and disappointed to hear where things can end. I have a child who attends Carroll High School. So I was shocked when I heard that Carroll High School was locked down. But I always trust and I say God is protecting us no matter what. I'm not going to run and do something that I should not done. So when the event took place last week, I have a friend close who were inside, who saw what happened there. So that really affected me because I have been in that place for my own presentations. And to hear what we are living here is scary, but it's more scary with the news can make things up like that. I trust my district. I trust my principals. I trust my teachers. I love the teachers. I don't know if I can do the job. Well, obviously I can do it because my children are in a school. I send them to be teach at schools. But I see how much they care. I look what they do for the students. I don't take things personal because my students are the one who's been the benefit. But just to hear right now from the police department, I feel upset. I feel like I will never take that step to be a newspaper reporter. If I was doing something like that, scare people, no. Now with those children, we're not going to allow that to mess up our life. We are in stress because what happened, it was here and close to their house, but now they start going messing up with our district here. No, shame on those people. Shame on those people, and thank you so much for your job. Thank you so much, Dr. Avila, for showing up in Warner, and those parents were very relaxed when they left and feel that all children going to be okay. And after here, tomorrow going to be having a meeting with the principal. I definitely wish her that's a lie. And those people, shame on them. Thank you.
Are there any more for items not on the agenda?
No more items for not on the agenda.
Okay. At this time, any person wishing to speak on any item on the agenda will be granted 3 minutes.
And first up, we have Ana Valencia.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ana Valencia. I am here in support of Vanessa Ortiz and Elite Academy. I have been a member of the community for almost 10 years now. I am a stay-at-home mom with a son at Eubanks and 2 daughters at Kolb. I have volunteered at many of the schools and the school functions in the area: Eubanks, Kolb, Preston, Trapp, Boyd, just to name a few. Also, during my time here, I worked at Sylvan Learning Center for many, many years. And during that time, that's where I came across Vanessa Ortiz. She is a highly motivated and extremely driven individual. I have no doubt that her exceptional skills will help bring Elite Academy into fruition. Therefore, with strong conviction, I support Ms. Ortiz and Elite Academy. Thank you.
Next, we have Vanessa Ortiz.
Good evening, board members, superintendent, community members. My name is Vanessa Ortiz, and I'm a product of RUSD. I attended Bemis Elementary, Frisbee Middle, and graduated from Rialto High. Through my many years of RUSD, I encountered many great teachers and role models that made the world of education very intriguing, and a world that ever since I can remember, I knew I was going to be a part of. I remember my senior year in high school, I was invited to attend the senior awards ceremony with all my friends and family in the crowd. I was called to the podium. Ms. Martinez, my first grade teacher, was there to award me a scholarship to use towards my college of choice, CSUSB. It was at this moment that I knew that I needed to find a way to give back to my community, the community that has always supported me in my dreams. This is why I'm proposing Elite Academy charter in Rialto. Elite Learning Academy is an alternative school setting where students will focus on a rigorous A through G college track education. Students will learn about character education, and students will be given individualized learning plans. It is my goal to be able to collaborate with the district in order to make sure we bring success and hope to the city and our community. Elite Learning Academy's mission statement is to equip students with academic and interpersonal skills through the nurturing and supportive personalized learning environment. We do this so that all students can experience a successful academic career and become passionate lifelong learners. Elite Learning Academy is a K-12 grade independent study program that will focus on 3 main goals: rigorous education through the application of the Common Core standards that will prepare them for college, self-empowerment through our character education curriculum, and individualized learning plans where the students will focus on a minimum of 2 to 3 goals per semester. The individualized learning plans will drive their educational process. This plan will incorporate the students' academic needs, educational goals, post-high school plans, testing data, and personal assessments. Elite Learning Academy is a K-12 independent study program, and it will, and we want to be realistic about the students that will enroll in our program. Therefore, our projections are geared towards 7th through 12th grade students, as most independent study programs are, because that's where the majority of the population is interested in. While we don't expect K-6 students to enroll in the program, based on our experience, we are prepared to enroll and provide services for those students should the need arise. Elite Learning Academy, Rialto believes all our students are college-bound students. Students will achieve gains from professional development, career pathways, technology development courses, and this will help our students become successful post-high school. Our students' school-wide goals is for our students to become responsible citizens that have pride in their community, and we will do this by working closely with our community, donating our time and efforts to positive community events. Our students will be held accountable for their academic successes, and we will do this by focusing on the ILPs throughout the semester and the school year. Students will become independent thinkers and build social problem-solving skills, and we will do this by using our character ed curriculum. Our staff and our educators will be leading with stability, trust, and compassion, 3 qualities that are imperative to our student success. I would like to end with this. According to the most recent U.S. Census, about 68.5% of Rialto's population is a high school graduate, meaning 35.5% do not hold a high school diploma or a GED equivalent. The city's population stands at approximately 102,742. 32.9% of the population falls under the age of 18 years old. I truly believe that education can bring back hope, and Elite Learning Academy School can help, with your help, also bring that hope back to our community. And we can do this by making sure that our students realize how realistic going to college really truly is, and letting our students know that we do believe in them. I would like for all of my supporters to stand here with me. They will also help us bring back the hope to our students and to our community. I'm not here to compete with any other schools in the area. I'm only here to give Rialto another option, another opportunity to succeed. And I would love the opportunity to work with you side by side. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to remind speakers that there is a 3-minute time limit, and we kind of go over and give you more time, but we can't keep doing that or the meetings will go till 1 o'clock in the morning. So
Next we have Debbie Sheba.
Good evening. Thank you for giving her that extra time. We appreciate it. My name is Debbie Sheba. I've been in the field of education over 28 years. I live in Lytle Creek, which falls under the Rialto School District. I initially worked with Vanessa Ortiz at Sylvan Learning Center just across the street, Riverside Avenue. And the reason I jumped at the chance to work with her again was her drive and passion to make a difference in children's lives. Academically, she has a gift for getting to know each student, reaching out to them at their level and helping them set high personal goals, and then equipping the students to reach those goals. Parents especially appreciate her accessibility and willingness to work with them to help their child. She does involve parents in their child's education. At our school, she has reached out to the community with blood drives, food drives, toy drives, and even organized our participation in the Rialto Christmas Parade. Personally, I feel that she sets very high standards for us as teachers, and she makes us work really hard. And however, I appreciate her daily support and encouragement. She often just stops by my classroom just to say, "How was your day?" And that's very refreshing. Next page. Of course, the ultimate result of the teachers' hard work and Vanessa's leadership is success for our students, and they are prepared to make a difference in their community. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Next we have Danielle Lee.
Good evening, Honorable Board of Director and the Superintendent and the community member over here. My name is Daniel Lee. I'm the Board President of Elite Learning Academy. And before I'm speaking, I appreciate about that we have a chance to speak out about charter and introduce our charter to community members or Board of Director. And then also same time, appreciate about the Rialto Unified School District that we have a chance to submitting our charter petition to you guys as board members. So, I mean, the function of the board member for the charter school is really important. I mean, same as a school district, but the small charter school is really important. I mean, luckily, our board members come with a lot of different professional experience. But by myself, I was an auditor till last year for the school district and charter school for more than 10 years. So I totally understand about all the state regulation, state compliance, all the requirement from the district that I probably utilize my experience to make Elite Learning Academy to be better. And then another board member is also as a charter operator for such a long time, and then he can bring his talent to make this charter school daily operation effectively and efficiently. I mean, most important things, I mean, personally, I'm from Korea, actually, as you can tell, and I'm the first generation in United States. The people being over here and want to be in United States because of opportunity. I mean, to me, so since like the last 15 years, my professional career, charter school, even though I do a lot of school district audit, charter school is one of the option, opportunity to the community and student to be succeed in their life. I'm not saying public education is wrong. I'm saying probably that's going to be partnership to be community better in the future. So as a board member, I just to give a sincere opinion. I want your board of directors to take a deep consideration about accepting this charter petition. It's not only just charter school be success, but this community is better in our future for the kids especially. Thanks so much, and have a great night.
Next we have Juan Pinon. Next we have Ileana Arroyo.
Good evening.
Evening.
My name is Ileana Arroyo, and I am a San Bernardino citizen. I live in San Bernardino, and I met Miss Vanessa Ortiz, the petitioner for Elite Learning Charter, at Cal State San Bernardino, where we both received our credentials and our masters in STEM education. As soon as I met Vanessa, her and I became really close because we both have a lot of the same dreams as far as helping our community, making sure that the community is actually, in fact, holding up to its standards. I have also been a part of charter schools with Vanessa, and we have worked together for a few years. And one thing I really love about Vanessa is that she puts her students first and her community first as well. Her community is extremely important to her. Every single time I visited her, she's always had community events in her school throughout the school year. Ms. Ortiz is not only very passionate, she's also very determined to do whatever it takes to achieve a rigorous academic program for her students. She gives students stability and confidence. Students believe in themselves, and that is imperative in order for our community to become a better place. These are qualities that can be developed in the earlier years of education, and I know that Ms. Ortiz is an individual that consistently shows passion in such areas. I am confident that as a leader in the field of education, she will accomplish a rigorous academic program for her students and for so much more in Rialto Unified. Thank you.
That's all we have.
Okay. We move on to comments from association executive board members. Do we have a representative here from Rialto Education Association? Ms. Lindberg?
Good evening, new board president Nancy O'Kelly. Good evening, board, Superintendent Avila, and the rest of the cabinet and viewing audience. My name is Lisa Lindberg, president of the Rialto Education Association, and I will make this short and brief. I have very good news. I had the pleasure of meeting 35 of our RUSD's brand new teachers, meaning new to the profession, over the past 3 days. I was very careful not to interrupt instruction. I met them during their prep periods, lunch times, and on their way to recess and things like that. We delivered them a mid-year care package. It included a ream of paper, some dry erase markers, airborne, lifesavers, hand sanitizer, the good kind of pencils that don't break when you sharpen them, and a Starbucks gift card, and a letter from me welcoming them to the association and to the district. And I just want to share with you that all 35, and it was tough getting all 35 at the right times, but I was all over the district and I did it. All 35 of them expressed their joy to be either in the classroom that they were in, to be working with the students that they were working with, either joy with their site or the district. And all 35 of them, and I told Dr. Avila this yesterday, all 35 of them want to return next year. One is hesitant because he has a commute from Orange County, but I said, you can do it. But they were all very excited, and it was great to meet them, and I've invited them all to go to the Good Teaching Conference in the end of February in Garden Grove, and I've already had 10 takers, so we're going to be happy to send all of them. But I just wanted to share that good news with you, and happy holidays, everyone. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, do we have a representative here from California School Employees Association, CSEA?
evening, board.
Good evening.
Administrators. Linda Silva for CSEA. The first thing I'd like to say is congratulations, Ms. O'Kelly,
Thank
Ms.
you.
Walker, Mr. Montez, for taking a break. I understand what that's like. And for every other board member, just to wish you happy holidays and to say that I am very appreciative of the opportunities that have been given back to the classified staff of this district through Dr. Avila. He has allowed us to be a part of things going on in this district, which has made great headway when it comes to issues and concerns and things that have been going on with the classified. So I wanted to let you know that he's been very receptive of the classified staff, which is very nice. And wishing you all a happy holiday.
Thank you. Okay, do we have a representative here from the Communication Workers of America, CWA? No? How about a representative from the Rialto School Managers Association, RSMA?
Good evening, everyone. To the Board of Education, Dr. Avila, Superintendent's Cabinet, and Community. My name is Teresa Brown. I am the Senior Director of Professional Development and the current Recording Secretary for RSMA. I am here to represent our president, that would be Dr. Monty Stewart, who's the principal of Eubanks Elementary School. And on his behalf and the behalf of the RSMA Board, we would like to really give our sincere congratulations to our colleague, Angela Brantley. We are very proud of her. She is very, very deserving. You won't find a more deserving person to represent Rialto and to bestow the honor of the key to the district. She has been my colleague for a long, long time. I know her very well, and she's very passionate and compassionate. And we just want to lift you up and say congratulations. And just like it's represented by the cape in her office, she is a superwoman. So congratulations, Angela. Also, we would like to invite all RSMA members, the board and superintendent, to a reception, a holiday reception that we are having in the West Wing on Wednesday, December 16th from 3:45 to 6 o'clock. And with that said, we wish everyone a happy holiday. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now we move on to public hearing. Do I have a motion to open public? Oh, I'm sorry. Goodness. Comments from the superintendent.
Thank you, President O'Kelly. Briefly, this has been a relatively busy time since our last meeting. On the 19th of November, I had the pleasure of attending the Special Education Thanksgiving Luncheon at Rialto High School. A special thanks to teacher Mrs. Deb Bunger for leading the students and preparing the cooking. In attendance were many parents who were invited to lunch with their children, along with school psychologist Mr. Brad Malinowski, coordinator Julian Gutierrez, and I believe it was the first day for the new director of special education, Dr. Paulette Cos, who also attended, along with Principal Arnie Ayala and his tremendous staff. The food was certainly delicious. On the 20th of November, I had the opportunity to attend the national PBS show Curiosity Quest, which featured secondary students who are working on an environmental project through a community garden. We will invite Mr. Joel Green, the executive producer of the program, to do a presentation along with the students to the board come January. I had the unfortunate opportunity to attend Bemis Elementary School, who held a memorial tree planting ceremony to honor the 4-year-old preschool student, Daniel Munoz, who, as you remember, passed away during a horrific drive-by shooting in Highland. I do want to thank the principal, teachers, and the grounds department for working so hard to put this beautiful tribute together. On December 1st, we brought back the district's elementary spelling bee competition. It took place at Garcia Elementary School. We did have student representatives from all 19 elementary schools, and special congratulations to our first place top speller, Brenda Aro Ramirez, fourth grade student from Myers Elementary School. The team will do a formal presentation in January. Ms. Beth Curtis, thank you so much for spearheading this effort. She did a magnificent job of organizing, coordinating, along with Jan Harper and other staff members who were there, but also the facilitation of the program. And Mr. Leonard Buckner was also our one of our facilitators there, and a host of principals and assistant principals who judged the event. It was well attended. It went well into the night, but certainly well worth it to see all those dynamic kids spill their hearts out. This past week, I attended CSBA Annuals Conference and Trade Show in San Diego, along with board members and ASB presidents from the high schools. I will defer for comments on the event, as I'm sure others will comment on that, but we had a magnificent time learning and collaborating with other leaders. I also left early in order for me to take part in the city's parade, in which I was joined by our ASB presidents and other students, as you heard earlier. So thank you to Ricardo Carlos for driving me around, or driving us around in the pickup truck, and Ms. Myrna Reese and others who helped decorate the truck. We had a wonderful time during the event. So thank you so much to all of you who assisted me in that event. On the 7th, I attended the Santa Claus Incorporated holiday event. This is a philanthropic organization which, as many of you know, Dollahan teacher Ms. Deb McKenzie got us involved in this organization, which gives so much to many of our students here in the district. From there, I attended the Interfaith Prayer Vigil in San Bernardino. Very touching, very emotional. We saw representatives from the different faith groups really come together and commit to not being divided, but instead being united, given last week's tragedy in San Bernardino. And today, special kudos, my special recognition for alumnus from the district. I would like to recognize Kenny Clark, who was a standout student athlete at Carter High School a few years back. He is completing his 4th year at UCLA. He is now a standout defensive lineman for them, and he is projected to be, by many, to be a first-round selection during the upcoming NFL draft. Cool. Congratulations to him, and congratulations, Coach Alex Pierce. Job well done. And finally, on November 4th, going backwards a little bit, the first phase of our Leading Through Service project was held at the Women's Club of Rialto. And I want to thank the 12 administrators, our CSEA President, Linda Silva, a couple of classified employees, and especially the 3 students. And these are the 3 daughters of Miss Scott Price, the principal at Eisenhower High School, who took the time during their off day from school to go out and assist with this tremendous project. We do have a quick video to show some of the images. This is, again, phase 1 of 3 that we will have in participation with the Women's Club of Rialto. thank those who participated, and more great things to come.
Okay, now we'll have comments from members of the Board of Education. Let's start with Mr. Martinez.
School board member?
I'm sorry, school board. I'll get it down. Natalie, sorry.
No problem, it's okay. So I want to address the fact that, and speak for the students, that it's okay to have worries and be saddened about what happened in San Bernardino, that incident. But what's not okay is to live in fear. We can't constantly be scared about what's going to happen next, because at any given moment and any occasion, any given time, incidents can happen, horrible incidents, but we can't let that affect us. And like Dr. Avila said, we have to be a united family and not let this situation overcome us and consume us. So moving on to a happier, lighter note, I want to thank the Board of Education for allowing me and 3 other students to attend a conference at a conventional center in San Diego on December 3rd and 4th. And Edward Ortiz, ASB president of Rialto High School, Alberto Bojorquez, ASB president at Eisenhower High School, and Jocelyn Palacio at Carter High School, also the ASB president, got to attend this meeting along with myself and Miss Saida Joffrey, who was thankful. I'm thankful enough that she got to drive us around to the different conferences and go back and forth from the hotel to the restaurants. She was there to transport us, so thank you to her, and thank you to the board as well. And just to speak on that, what I learned from that conference. So it was called CASTLE, which stands for California Association Student Leadership. And what I learned at that conference was, of course, leadership skills, but how to be a leader, not just if you're sitting up here, but if you're in the audience or if you're at home watching, we can all be leaders, because leadership is a lifetime role. And it doesn't matter what position you're in, we all can be leaders no matter what. And at that conference, there were students from all throughout California, as well as leaders there who have actual positions, and they shared with us leadership skills and how we can be leaders all throughout life. And so we got a name tag, and instead of putting our name, we had to put what we wanted to be remembered for. And I think that's extremely important, because I think that we should all be challenged to recognize what we want to achieve in life and do just that. We have to understand what we want, our why in life, what our purpose is for being here, and achieve that and do that with every aspect. So if you want to be remembered for being kind, do that. Be that kind person. If you want to be remembered for being hardworking, be hardworking. And I think that's extremely important. So I challenge you all to pick a word and be that word. And if you want to be a leader throughout your community. So I thought that was extremely important. I learned that. And I'm extremely grateful to have this position and be up here and speak on behalf of the students and be that voice for them, because there's school districts, I learned at that conference, who don't have student board members and would like to have student board members. And it's an amazing opportunity that I have to be here and speak on behalf of the students and be that voice for them. So I'm glad that I have that opportunity, and I'm thankful for it. So happy holidays, and thank you again.
And we are thankful to have you, Natalie.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Martinez.
Thank you, President O'Kelly, and congratulations on being president. It's it is exhausting. So that
great.
I totally understood what you meant. Just a little bit, yes. There's so many things that come in a week or a day, or you never know when.
Right.
I'd like to thank Dollahan and Principal Husbands and everyone else for instilling leadership in our students at such an early age. The 7 Habits, awesome, learn it early, live it. And it's so important that leadership is instilled early into our youth. And following Ms. Baca's comments, it really comes down to, even for a board member, an old guy like me, legacy. What do you wish for your legacy? So that's really what she's saying, and I totally agree. I'd like to thank our first responders for keeping us safe and responding to to minimize any issues such as we've seen in the past week. Thank Police Chief DeAnda for taking the time to talk to us tonight and give us the real scoop, the facts, not just when news is slow, they sensationalize things, as you now know for certain. Welcome to incoming President O'Kelly. Thank you to past President Montez. It's been nice sitting back and watching and not having to pull as you learned you have to, and you will learn that you continue to have to, Ms. O'Kelly. You know, being a leader is really a lifestyle. It is something that I've studied for about 35 years, and I look around our community and I see leaders everywhere. Specifically tonight, the three ladies who came up and spoke about the family leadership, and our own Angela Brantley. And most of the people here, you're leaders in your own right. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be sitting here. You wouldn't be taking your free time to do this. I thank you, each one of you. It's again, a lifestyle. But as I looked at the three ladies, I look at Angela Brantley, and if the camera can pan the audience, most of the ladies represent. I mean, I look and I see a couple of gentlemen, but I continue to say we are a maternal culture, and leadership does in fact begin at home with mothers. So ladies, thank you. Thank you, Miss Ted. As for safety, Rialto has been addressing that for a long time. On the back of the agendas, you see our vision, our mission, and our core values. And at the very bottom, even though as being involved in safety since 1979, we provide a safe educational environment. That is foundational to the school day, as we found out. Just a prank phone call can give the news something to print and disrupt a day. So please be diligent, report anything that you suspect, anything that looks odd. I refer you to the police department and the fire department and Homeland Security, because they can say it better than I can. But thank you for being here, ladies, gentlemen, and Merry Christmas to everyone. Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez. Okay, now we go on to Mr. Montes.
Thank you, Board President, Mrs. O'Kelly. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
I just want to say that I've always been a firm believer, and I stand today as I did when I first got elected. We need to rotate. We need to share the offices of the board. It's only right to do so and help each other become better board members. And believe me, being board president has definitely changed my expanded my understanding of being on the board and really helped me, I believe, become a better school board member. So get ready for the ride. And congratulations to Ms. Walker, our new vice president, and Mr. Martinez for clerk, and thank you guys for allowing me to serve as board president this last year. It was very good thing, very good experience for me. So I know, Ms. O'Kelly, you'll enjoy it just as much as I did. So let's continue to work together and move forward and help our leadership here at the district move our district forward. I did also want to congratulate Ms. Brantley. I think it's very overdue. It's very key to the district is very overdue for many of our people, good people, hardworking people here in the district. And I congratulate you and your family. It's a very, very high honor to receive the district key from a school board member, and excellent choice and very well deserving person. And thank you for everything you do for our kids and for this community. I also want to say that I did have an opportunity to attend the California School Board Association conference this weekend. The California School Board Association is held every year, and had the conference not been so close. The conference was planned in months in the time, and I felt bad not going, knowing that the district, had already reserved me, and I'm sure for a lot of other school board members, and it was a little difficult to try to be there and enjoy really the company of other school board districts and school board members, and really concentrate on all the benefits of the school board conference. Given the facts of the tragedy that had just happened a day or two beforehand, it was a little difficult, and everyone, I'm sure, was asked like me, "Oh, what did you think about what was going on?" or "Isn't that right next door? Isn't that in your backyard?" And so it was a little difficult, but like everything, this has been a difficult week for many of us. And I'll get back to that in a minute, but I do want to say that I did get an opportunity to attend some really good workshops over there. One of the workshops was on aligning your district goals with your budget. And one of the presenters said, "You know what? We went to LA Unified School District, and they have a marvelous plan. They're going to do all these marvelous, great things. They have a really nice written out commitment to their community and to their district of what they're going to do for their students and for the school district. But when you look at the budget that they have planned to spend on those commitments, it's very, very marginal. How do you expect to do great things and make a lot of changes if you're not going to back that with the resources that are required to do that?" So with our local control funding formula and all of the other plans, great plans that we have, we really need to focus on aligning our resources, or at least getting close to that, because according to the presenters, LA Unified School District was only concentrating about 0.006%, 0.006% of their budget for all of their local control plans, and so that's something I had not thought about, and I hope that we really do concentrate and do everything that we can to make sure that we're seeking the resources and using the resources for our goals. The other thing I wanted to comment on was the student conference, the student board member conference, and the ASB presidents. I hadn't noticed that that California School Board Association had a conference for students, for ASB presidents and student board members, until our very own students got the opportunity to go for the first time, and I think it's awesome. I took a little time away from the conference to go have lunch with our student board member and the ASB presidents that were there at the conference for the CALSA. I think it's great. It was really nice to see all of the students working together, networking, and learning from each other and sharing ideas, just like we do as school board members and school districts with each other. They were there from all over the state, and I asked them, what do you guys want me to advocate for? What would you guys like me to take back to the board and say, you know, this is something you guys would really like to do? And they all said they like to go to the second part of this conference, which is in April. Right. So I have the information for that student leadership conference, which I'll forward to the superintendent, and perhaps the staff can, you know, really look at doing what we have to do to make that happen, because we need to invest in our student leaders. You know, and these are seniors that are going to be graduating this year and moving on, you know, to college and to greater things, and we need to make sure they get as much help and leadership training as possible. So I'll get that info to Dr. Avila. Speaking of Dr. Avila, you know, it brings me great comfort to hear from district staff, district leadership, that Dr. Avila is doing a good job. It brings me great comfort to hear from the community, from the Rialto Women's Club, from the parents of special ed, from many different people in and outside of the district, that Dr. Avila is really taking the helm and really taking the lead in helping our district move forward. You know, whatever happened in the past, you know, like Mr. Ayala would say, it's water under the bridge. You know, all we can do is just try to do the best that we can. Water under the water under the Rialto Bridge. All we can do is try to move forward and learn from our mistakes, and if we need to make any corrections, to make those corrections, you know, to heal and move forward. But it does bring me a great sense of comfort to hear from the unions, and from so many different people, and even from the students, you know, that Dr. Avila and his leadership is doing an awesome job. So thank you, Dr. Avila. Keep up the good work. One last thing, well, a couple things actually, Mr. President, if you don't mind. In regards to the tragedy in San Bernardino, you know, like many people, I haven't said much about it. I've been in a sort of a state of shock and disbelief and a mixture of sadness and everything else. I haven't posted anything. I haven't, you know, made any announcements about anything. And I wanted to wait till today really to just say that what happened in San Bernardino here, our neighboring community, is something really despicable and horrific. Hopefully none of us will ever have to experience that firsthand, like the people that were witnessing what was going on, the people that were victims of this. My thoughts and prayers, my family's thoughts and prayers are with the families and the victims. With everyone that's been affected. I understand even a parent from one of our students at one of our elementary schools is one of the victims, one of the 12 victims that you know that this happened to. I just want to commend you know the law enforcement and the first responders that helped you know save potentially more victims that day. I want to thank the first responders and law enforcement here. I want to thank our own safety and security department for doing everything that they can. I want to thank school district Chief Gordon Leary. I want to thank interim chief police, Rialto Police Chief Mr. Deanda. I got a lot of calls with these articles that came out about the photos. I got a lot of concerns, got some angry calls. What do you mean you don't know about no photos? And it's like, hey, I don't know, you know, and the reason why I didn't know was because there was never any photos, that at least law enforcement or any security agencies expressed to the district that there was, or ever had been. There was no reason for us to be alarmed. We would not want to keep, if this really happened, we would not want to keep that kind of information from our community and our parents. But I'm really thankful that this was cleared up, because the fact that on social media and in the press, the word was out that supposedly there was these photos of one of our schools by one of the alleged shooters. It created a sense of fear, like many have been speaking about. It created a heightened sense of fear because of last week's tragedy. And with this prank, practical joke or prank, really nasty prank that happened today, was it yesterday? Today about Carter High School bomb threat, it just added even more drama. So it's not uncommon for our schools to receive a bomb threat or some type of security threat. It's not uncommon at all, and normally we just go through a standard procedure. But because of what happened last week and the so-called articles and misinformation about the photos, it just really brewed a really nasty situation. And as a matter of fact, when Interim Chief DeAnda was given us a first-hand report from a law enforcement perspective and all of his networking with other agencies, I seen a handful of people leaving the school board meeting that were probably here to come and give us hell about the photos that never existed. But I told the parents and family, you know what? If you want to pick up your child, you have every right to at any time. If you just to be safe or for comfort. We're not against it. People were just angry. They wanted to know why they couldn't get their kids right there and then. Well, it's because law enforcement was doing their job, and they have to clear the lockdown before you can pull them out. You can pull your kids out of school. Just wait till the lockdown is clear. Big thanks to the Rialto Police Department and our school safety security department for helping through those scary minutes today, where people were angry and people were fearful of another possible tragedy. So with that, wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and look forward to coming back next year and doing it all over again for another year. So thank you. Thank you, Ms. Kelly.
Thank you, Mr. Montes. Okay, we now move on to Board Clerk, Mr. Ayala. I'm sorry.
Mr. Martinez, Board Member.
Board Member. Whew.
You're doing fine. Thank you, President O'Kelly, and I also thank you for taking the responsibility that you take as being Board President, because it's more than just a position or a title. It requires work and dedication, and I applaud you for that, taking that responsibility. And Dina, you too, Vice President, and because I know that both of you and this board here has their hearts in the right place. We're a caring board. We will continue to do a great job for this community. I'm confident of that. Moving right along, I would like to thank Dr. Avila. After 80 years of our senior citizens giving back to the kids in this community, somebody finally took the bull by the horns and had the empathy to help them. And to see those pictures, yes, there was pictures of our staff and volunteers, but it still takes one person to drive it. I've witnessed that for myself. It takes that one special person to say, we're going to do this, and then everybody kind of falls in place. And kudos to everybody who volunteers. Everybody's special for giving of your time. You'll be rewarded by being able to sleep good, knowing that you did the right thing for the right reasons. My next message here is to the parents of our community. In light of the tragedy, I've been thinking about it myself, and I have grandkids attending local schools, and I worry about them. And I think, well, what is the solution? What do we do in a situation like this? Do we just release those kids when the parents are worried? Well, I can tell you for a fact, you know, there was a time when I sat in that chair a couple years ago, and it was a very, very important decision. Do we let the parents know on an issue that could probably cause more chaotic harm than good? So the board got together along with the cabinet, and we said, you know, this is a job that really is belongs to the proper agencies. And, you know, we're not in the police business, we're in the educational business. So we brought in the experts, and we brought in Colton Police Chief, and we brought in Rialto Police Chief, and we sat in a closed meeting, and we came up with a plan. So the plan was, what is reasonable? So we needed to extend the time a few more hours before we released information, because the press wanted to know what's going on, and we had to be real quiet. And as a result, the assailants were apprehended. And if they wouldn't have been apprehended, then we'd have been living in chaos and fear. And these outcomes, there's no guarantee. There is no guarantee. There's no guarantee when I send my grandkids tomorrow to schools that they're going to be safe. But what are the alternatives? You know, do we want vigilantes out there guiding our children? I believe not. It's our professionals, our professional educators with credentials. They're the ones that I trust. And they do a good job on a daily basis. And so I know we're in panic mode sometimes, but think about the outcomes if we don't trust the people that are closest to our children to take care of them. They care about our kids just like we do. These decisions are not easy, but they are fueled and are motivated by what's best for the children. I just want to close by congratulating Angela also on her key to the district. I've seen her surrounded by many, many children, and the first time I saw that side, I said, wow, that's cool. So I well deserved. And also want to close by saying that maybe quote a little bit of what Interim Chief DeAnda said earlier. We live in a free country, but to be free, we must be brave. And at times, to be brave, we must entrust in those professionals when we're most vulnerable. And we're most vulnerable when our kids' health and future is at stake. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share a few insights in the teaching profession, but we need to support our teachers, our staff, and we'll be fine. We'll come out of this together. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ayala. Now we go to our new Vice President, Ms. Dina Walker.
Thank you, thank you. So I first want to just say thank you again, Board Member Montez, for a great year. Being a novice on the board and under your direction and everyone else there, we had a great year. We were able to move some things, start out on a new direction as well. And so the stability of our board over the last year has been great and excellent. So I look forward to new things. We hired our new superintendent this year, so yay! Thank you again for your leadership and continue to work together as our board for 15-16. There's nothing I can say tonight in reference to the tragedy that's happened in San Bernardino that hasn't already been said. So I just want to say to echo that our prayers are with their family. My prayers have been with their family, and I was able to attend a prayer vigil. Was it last night? I think it was last night. For those who became victims and survivors and those affected by the tragedy. again, as we, Natalie, thank you for saying, yeah, we can't live in fear. And it's funny because, it's not funny, it's ironic that you should say that, because when I went to go to the vigil, I was standing there and I brought my kids and everything, and I was amongst all the people, and I was saying to myself, why am I here? And I was scared because I was thinking about people who target, you know, the thing is to get targets where people are, and as we're lifting up the lives and things of that sort and the families, and I got scared and said, why was I here? Because what if they attacked or, you know, somebody else chose this as an opportunity to do harm here. Luckily, that within about 30 seconds it subsided, because whatever God's will is going to be done regardless. And so then I moved forward, got up to the front, listened to the music, the prayers, and, you know, responses, and everything was okay. So again, just thinking about the fact that, you know, there's always a new day, another day, and we have to look forward to those things that are happening. So again, prayers are with our families and our community. This past week, last week, again, we were at California School Board Association's conference. It was a great conference, really busy. I was able to go ahead and have dinner that night, one of the nights, with the student leaders, and that was a great thing. Thank you, Dr. Avila. Because just, you know, you don't see the kids in another way. You don't see them in another, and they don't see us in another way as well. And so being able to sit and, you know, enjoy dinner and talk and everything, find out what their career goals and college plans and everything like that. And again, for the district to be able to support them to go on and have this experience. Last year I went and I saw the kids there, the other kids there, and I was thinking, why didn't we bring kids? You know, where are our student leaders? And so I actually asked Dr. Avila about it, and he said, I'll check into it. He never said another word about it until we got ready to leave, and he said, oh, the kids are going. And I was like, cool, you know. And so, you know, having 4 of our student leaders there for them to experience that and work around their peers was a great thing. The LCAP, just to touch on that, you're right, Mr. Montez. That's, again, our vision has to be aligned with our resources. You always say you put your money where your mouth is, and the things that you value, that's where your money is. And so as we're going in forward to plan our new LCAP, that we have to be very vigilant about making sure that when we're talking about what we want to see in our district, that we're putting our financial resources, we're putting our human resources, the best that we have, so that we get to the excellence that we want. Thank you for the appointments in our special ed department to stabilize that, to move forward. I know that there's some great people and some great things happening there. And some of our other departments, I know, Dr. Avila, you're working on the committees in the task force to look at some of our best practices in our district so that we can pick out those jewels that we have, replicate those, and grow better for our whole district. So I look forward to that. And the last thing is just that I'm just glad to be here. And Christmas is coming. It's the last meeting of the year. Unfortunately, my child has been affected by everything that's going on in San Bernardino, and we drove her today to school, thinking we're going to drop her off, and they said school's closed until January because law enforcement had recommended that because they were so close in the area and because of the investigation that it was probably behoove the families to keep their children away. So I could have, you know, went crazy and said, there's no child care. What are we going to do? Da, da, da. You know, everything. And I just said, well, more time with grandma, you know. And, yeah.
or it could be take your child to work day.
It could be. But let's not do that. That's a second alternative. So just again, you guys, the holidays are coming up. The one thing about it is family, and whether that, you know, you love it or you hate it, it's coming up, and just enjoy yourselves and happy holidays.
Thank you, Dean. Well, first of all, I'd like, again, although Miss Dina Walker always steals my thunder, but I want to personally thank Mr. Montes for a phenomenal year as board president. I think you did a great job. We should give him a big hand. And we did get a lot accomplished this year, and we appreciate your leadership. I also want to congratulate Ms. Walker and Mr. Martinez on your new board positions. And Angela, what more can be said? congratulations. You are extremely deserving. I, as a former principal, know what a jewel you are to work with, so I know personally how valuable you are to this district, so thank you. And I want to thank Mr. Montes for nominating me for president, and I'm extremely proud to be a member of the Rialto USD Board of Education, and I'm honored to serve as your president for the next year. I also attended the CSBA conference in San Diego last week, and it's an awesome conference. It has numerous workshops on a wide variety of topics that are all relevant. You just kind of wish you could clone yourself and be in several places at the same time. I attended a great session on partnering with the community, which I'm going to talk to Dr. Avila about, and developing a restorative justice program. As well as a session on STEAM. We hear so much about STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. STEAM, the A is for the arts, and that really excites me because I want the arts to be emphasized. You know, sadly, they are often the first thing to be cut when budget cuts come. I had a keynote speaker that day who was amazing. Her name is Sarah Louise. She's a Harvard professor who wrote the book, The Rise. The book focuses on creativity and what she calls the gift of failure, and you have to hear her speak to really understand what she's talking about, and the secret of the search for mastery. It was really, you know, just pulled us in, kind of mesmerized us for her discussion, so I was really happy to see her. I went down on Wednesday night, and of course the horrible tragedy happened that day. I didn't know till I got back that I personally, in a sort of a way, had been touched by that tragedy. One of the young girls that died was a student at Carter when I was assistant principal at Carter. And I kept looking at her picture on the news saying, wow, she looks really familiar, because it's been a few years. And then when they said she was a student at Carter High School, it all made sense, and it was very sad to hear that. And then my little granddaughter, she's 16 months old and attends daycare, and a little 16-month-old baby in her class, his mother was one of the victims. So now that baby has to grow up without his mother. So we shed a lot of tears this week, but other than that, I just want to, in spite of all this tragedy, you know, I think we persist because we have to believe that people are basically good. And I will always believe that people are basically good. Horrible things happen, but the majority of people are basically good, and we've got to unite and, you know, stick together against all this chaos. So I just want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and a wonderful New Year. Enjoy your holiday season, and thank you all for your support. Okay, now we'll open public hearing, which I tried to do an hour ago. Do I have a motion to open public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, any person wishing to speak on the items on the public hearing agenda will be granted 3 minutes. So for public hearing number 1, on the Williams Inspection Reports, 2015-2016 first quarterly report, does anybody wish to speak on that? Hearing none, do I have a motion to close public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, I need another motion to open public hearing for public hearing number 2. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Okay, and the agenda item is public hearing on Elite Learning Academy Rialto Charter School petition. A public hearing will be held pursuant to Education Code Section 47605B for the Board of Trustees to consider the level of support of teachers employed by the district, other employees of the district, and parents for the charter petition submitted to establish the Elite Learning Academy Rialto Charter School. All right, we will now convene a public hearing on the Elite Learning Academy Rialto Charter petition under Education Code Section 47605. The board must hold a hearing to consider the level of support for the petition by the teachers employed by the district, other employees of the district, and parents. As part of this public hearing, the petitioners may provide statements to the board regarding the charter petition. Following the statements made by the petitioners, the board will hear comments from teachers and other employees, parents, guardians, and any members of the public who desire to speak on this matter. We have received cards. Oh, do we have any cards for anyone wishing to speak on this? I think they all spoke earlier.
We do not.
Yeah. Okay. This matter will then come back to the board for final action at a future meeting. And so at this point, do I have a motion to close public hearing?
Were there questions? No questions.
Or did anybody have any questions?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So for the public hearing, where is the petition? Where is the petition?
We have it, and we are reviewing it right now, Ms. Walker.
Okay.
Can
Could
we
the board get a copy of the petition? We can't rule on anything or
Yeah, that-
review it without the copy of the petition.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Okay, I can bring it. It's right. Normally what we do is we have them come and speak, and then we then review the petition and bring you the petition and the review so you can see it at the next meeting.
So this will start their 30 days? Because
Yeah, this will start their 30
I know.
days. Yeah.
This starts their 30 days. And if we don't have, we can rule within 30 days. We don't have the information to rule on the petition yet. So, and I'm saying this because that's going to be giving them a disadvantage to do that if we don't have that information. The other thing, is anybody working yet with that charter school in reference to their petition?
We met as a unit and we looked through the whole petition, and I have given my notes to cabinet on it so far and presented it on Monday to cabinet.
Okay, so nobody from this particular charter school is working directly with our district in reference to their petition.
Yeah, the person who came up here and presented dropped off the petition, the notebook with all the 16 elements, and that's what I'm working with that person, and I invited her to come tonight to speak and the staff to come and speak.
Okay. Do you, just a quick, do we have, do you know, are they requesting, a couple of things, are they requesting facilities from us? Did they petition as a, with signatures? Are they petitioning with, did they bring their petition with staff?
They brought it with no signatures. They brought it, they don't have a district facility. They're looking at a proposed facility right now.
They're not, are they looking at one of our facilities?
No, they're not looking at one of our facilities.
And then the petitioner's name, is there?
Yeah, it was Vanessa Ortiz who spoke this evening, is the petitioner.
Okay, and are they looking at it being, is it seat time or an actual seat time school, or is it a virtual school?
It looks like it's an independent study school, and that was one of the questions we had because they talked about a K-12 school, but on the attendance that they listed and was 7-12. And I think she spoke today saying that they would start out as a 7-12 school, and depending on what the need was from the community, they might move to a K-6.
May move to a K-6. Oh, okay. And by any chance, did they have a recommendation that came with the petitioning package, that they had a recommendation from the California Charter School Association? Do you know?
I did not see that.
Did not at all?
No.
Okay, excellent. My questions are done.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do I have a motion to close public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we move on to consent calendar items. All items on the consent calendar will be acted in one motion unless pulled by the Board of Education members or the superintendent for individual action. Can I have a motion to approve consent calendar items E through J?
I'll make the motion, but I do need to recuse myself from item H6.
Okay. Yeah. All right, any other polls?
In that section, no.
Okay. So, can I have a motion to approve E through J?
I'll second it. I'll second Mr. Martinez's motion.
Okay. And then all in favor?
Aye.
Oh, preferential vote?
Preferential vote by student board member?
Aye.
Okay. Okay, so that
was
was
an aye for me too.
unanimous, except Mr. Martinez abstained on H6.
Yes.
All right. Next are discussion action items. Approved contracts. The first one is approved contracts for the state-approved companies for 2015-2016 to provide Title I supplemental educational services, SES, in accordance with the No Child Left Behind legislation to eligible students at Bemis, Curtis, Dollahan, Dunn, Eubanks, Morris, Preston, Simpson elementary schools, and Jehu, Frisbee, Kolb, Kucera, and Rialto middle schools. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second question.
Yes?
Dr. Avila, I understand that No Child Left Behind was just modified as of yesterday or this morning. And will that information change any of this?
No, it will not.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, number 2, adopt resolution number 15-16-29 requesting that 46 be counted as the attendance for Garcia Preschool for November 12, 2015. Motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Number
Aye.
3. Approve the purchase from the Waterford Unified School District Co-op bid 101/12 school buses per public contract code 200118 and authorize Mohammed Z. Islam, Associate Superintendent, Business Services, to sign all necessary documents. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved. Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Number 4, approve authorization to accept a grant from the South Coast Air Quality Management District Lower Emission School Bus Replacement Program to purchase 2 new school buses through a piggyback bid from Waterford Unified School District and authorize Mohammed Z. Islam, Associate Superintendent, Business Services, to sign all necessary documents.
So moved.
Second? Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Number 5, approve the FY 2015-2016 first interim financial report. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Okay, I would like to take ask a question on this, so I'll pass that over to you. And in the report, in the criteria and standards review summary, 4 standards are marked not met. What changes are we implementing to try to meet these standards?
Mr. O'Kelly, if you look at the criterion standard, it compare with the prior expenditures. Because of the LCAP, we put more resource to our educational programs, and due to the fact because of that's our focus on education, and we move more resource. So when the criterion standard, you compare with the prior year how the district resource being spent versus what's our plan for this year and subsequent years, because of additional funding to the LCFF, we got more funding, so we are putting more resource and spending to educational programs. So as a result, if you read our response to why we have not met on the criterion standard, we give a reason why district did not met. And it's pretty, because of the LCAP, we are spending more money.
All right. So it's changed by more than 5% because that's where we're putting our funding.
You're correct.
Yes.
That's compare if any changes, then the state has a cap, so.
Okay. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
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 And number 6, adopt resolution number 15-16-30, authorizing the district to establish a separate construction fund resource for the Rialto Unified School District's Facilities Hardship Grant, Eisenhower High School Grant number 58-67850-00-001. Move to approve. Is there a motion to approve?
I move.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, discussion. I'd like to make an amended motion to change the name on the resolution from Edgar G. Montez to Nancy G. O'Kelly. Because Miss O'Kelly is a G. So just for the record, so we have that right, for resolution number 15-16-30, item reference K 6.2, we will strike not only the G from my name, but also my name, and add Mrs. O'Kelly, our new board president, to that resolution. And that's a nice one there for Eisenhower High School fans.
Right. Okay. Did we vote yet?
Well, we need is there a second to my motion to change?
So moved.
Okay. All in favor of changing that motion? I mean, making the amendment, then we go back
work on
to
the
the first
amendment
one.
first.
Right. Okay, so in terms of making the change,
There's a
all in
first, there's a
favor?
second.
Aye.
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 Okay, now in terms of approving the resolution,
Aye.
First,
Aye.
I mean, there was already a first and
Yeah.
a second.
Yeah.
Aye. Aye.
aye. Okay,
Aye.
all right.
Aye.
Sounds like the Three Stooges.
Ms. O'Kelly, if we're making these changes, we have to make changes to K 2.1 resolution, please. The name changes as Mr. Monte is referring to the resolutions. You just make corrections,
Thank you very much.
just for the record.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Ms. O'Kelly,
Uh-huh.
I would like to actually pull case 7 unless there's a time constraint on that. There's some information that I would really like in the way of safety for our students.
Mm-hmm.
Cell towers.
Right.
The dollar amount is enticing, but I need to know things like how many antennas at what effective radiated power. Microwaves work in the same ballpark.
I think the cell tower is already there.
Yes, it is, but they're proposing to add more antennas, which is more effective radiated power.
May I
Yes.
respond? Mr. Martinez, the tower does exist in our property, even prior to we built the school. It was there at the time we purchased the land and built the school. The current tower is operating under the lease agreement. So they're paying us a monthly lease. The proposals you have tonight agenda that American Tower Corporation, they want to buy it instead of continue leasing the tower. So they're not adding any more tower in the property. Existing tower, instead of continue lease, they want the option to buy. That's the items on the agenda tonight for
With
board.
understanding that they don't add any more radiated power?
They are
That
not.
They don't,
They're
no
not.
antennas in the future?
Absolutely not, because our legal counsel reviewed the entire agreement before I present this to you tonight, to ensure there's no risk, there's no other things that can add later on. This is remain as a tower
As
we
is.
have, as it is. No additions, no changes.
Light bulbs on it.
I wouldn't have any problem with that.
There'll be no changes. It remain as how
Okay,
they're operating
okay,
now.
thank you for the clarification. I can then make the motion.
Discussion. Just, how long is the easement? It says perpetual easement, so that means
Forever.
eternity?
The lease, how
For
long is the lease
200?
for?
It's continue as long as we own the property and this is our schools. So there's no end date.
If they buy it, we never have the right to get rid of it?
If we can. Now they own the tower. They don't own the land.
But
They
the
own
way
the
it is
tower.
now, if we ever want to get rid of it, we can do so?
You can terminate the lease. They're paying us because of they're holding the tower in our property. It's the land belongs to the district, not the tower.
Right.
So yes, if district choose to terminate the lease, they have to remove the tower.
And who negotiated the lease? Because perpetual, we could make, we could go percentage, and as rates go up, we make more.
Right.
This is at the time the tower, it was pre-existing, so we have no negotiated power to an agreement, because when we purchase the land, the tower agreement is in place. Tower is already in place.
Well, I'm saying if we say, no, we don't want to sell that easement in perpetuity, there's several options. We can say per 5-year, per 10-year, per 25-year, per 50-year. But what I'm saying is, for $213,000, we are giving away any choices of the future, is what I'm hearing from the board.
You're correct. Instead of lease versus you're now selling the tower, so they're not at present time they're paying $1,246.37 per month. That's all district is getting every month as a part of the lease because of the land belongs to.
$13,000–14,000 a year.
Yes, that's what we do receive every year.
When is the last time that went up?
I'm sorry?
When is the last time that went up?
I don't recall. I can double check. But it's been that way since the tower and the property we own.
Well, in 20 years, we would, by the lease payments, we'd make about $280,000 as opposed to $213,000. I think that's
where
point here.
I'm going with
if we're going to have this thing for a long time, should we make the most money we can?
Well, the deal is, I'm going to speak from my perspective, the present value of the money. 20 years, you're collecting $1,246 per month, versus you're getting $213,000 at present time, and $1,246. I understand.
Over time, the value of the money goes down.
It's a very good logic. Mr. Islam is a businessman, and we might not even be here in 20 years, right? But I do think we could bring this back, get some more information and look at some other options. Look at all options before choosing, one specific option.
Right.
I think it warrants enough, to take another look at it and then review some alternatives before we go with this specific option. But kudos to Mr. Islam for looking, having the foresight to make a lump sum.
Can you bring this back with all available options?
Yes, I can, and again, we're not under any obligation to take that offer. This is an offer.
Okay.
It's an option, so you, as a board, you can make a choice, yes.
Okay.
And I will bring all of your concerns to present to you.
And all they have to do is remove the perpetual and put a dollar annual amount, 10 years, 15 years, whatever 213 comes out to, so we can renegotiate when the rates have doubled, as we know they will.
Right.
As they presented this offer, they did not give us those options as I reviewed their offer. And this company has business, they have similar in other school districts and other places, so they're just taking over the ownership of the tower instead of leasing. It's like a new business
Understood.
goal, their goal.
Or maybe they can give us free Wi-Fi for the whole city.
Maybe we can
Or
get
at least
more.
the charge for
Maybe
nothing.
we can get a little more for this deal.
Yes.
Of course,
The
yeah.
senior center will have free Wi-Fi too.
Or maybe an increase.
I mean, I know we're laughing about this,
Yeah.
but we had talked about this.
Right.
Of getting free Wi-Fi for
Right.
the city.
It is a
of
dream of
Rialto.
the district to do that.
That's a
yes.
huge benefit.
So I
'cause
just
all
wanna
of a sudden
remind-
kids show up to school, they don't have to be connected once they get those iPads.
How long have we already been leasing it?
Since the school opened, so the tower did exist on the land was there. There's no school was there.
Okay.
So
Without,
before ours.
2009,
Ms. President, Madam President, just for the time, for the time aspects, I don't know if our student board member might have homework or dinner she might want to get to, but just in case, maybe we can, if she wants to be excused, maybe it'd be a good time to do so. If she wants to stay till the end of the meeting, she has every right to do so, but just, I figured we would ask since it is almost 10:30.
Natalie, do you have any opinion on this matter?
I would like to stay, but I do have homework that I have to do.
Well, then
so
you need to
I'll
get
be
home and do
leaving.
your homework.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for attending.
To get back to this item, could we just table it
Yeah.
could we just table it and bring it back and ask,
more information.
ask
Right.
Mr. Islam, bring back some more options?
I think that's a good idea.
Thank you.
Okay, number 8, approve the recommendations of the administrative hearing panel. The case number 15-16-13, and then the reinstatement of an expulsion, case number 14-15-63. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And tonight, in light of the tragedy that has occurred in our neighboring city of San Bernardino last week, we want to publicly acknowledge, sympathize, and pay our respects and send our deepest condolences to the victims' families for this horrendous attack. Along with several innocent victims, we also lost our beloved Hughbanks Elementary School parent, Mrs. Benedetta Bedal, at age 46, Mr. Larry Kaufman at age 42, and a 2006 graduate of Carter High School, Miss Yvette Velasco, 27 years old. Regretfully, I also want to add that our fellow board member, Mr. Martinez, lost his mother, Mrs. Annie Velasquez of San Bernardino, on November 26. Please join our Board of Education for a moment of silence for all passed away. Okay, thank you all very much. I hope everybody has a wonderful holiday season, and we'll be back in the new year. Oh, move to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. There.